What's going on, guys? Blazing here, and today we got another Raid Shadow Legends video. Special thanks to YST for allowing us to use the footage of his earlier video today to kind of give our thoughts on these new champs coming in game. So first we got Kuragard Deathbell. Looks really cool, reminds me of Garrosh Helm Scream from World of Warcraft. Loving the flaming axe. HP Legendary Orc. Definitely 2 thumbs up for artwork grade. Let's get into his A1. His A1 attacks one enemy, heals his champion by 10% of the max HP. HP based, so you can build him really tanky, and you can get 20% damage and 20% heal, so you'll get about a 12% heal along with some other masteries that you can add to it. Overall, decent A1. A2 attacks all enemies, has a 75% chance of filling the turn meter of all allies by 30%. Also has a 75% chance of removing all debuffs from all allies. So, mixed feelings about this. It is on a 3-turn cooldown, and it does book to 100%, but I don't like that this is what they decided to put the books into. I feel like we could probably have something better here. I don't know, but I don't know. I just don't like that we actually have to book the turn meter chance, and you have to book, because so 3 out of the 4 allies that we have on the team will get a turn meter boost, and you don't know which one it is, so you kind of have to book it. Granted, it's a very strong ability, but yeah, I'm just not a fan of that. His A3 places a 50% ally protection on all allies except this champion for 2 turns. Also places a 25% strengthen on all allies for 2 turns. Books down to a 3-turn cooldown. This is going to be massive for Clan Boss, massive for Hydra. Overall, very strong ability. And booking from the 5-turn to a 3-turn, I think that's good. Then we have his passive. Increases this champion's resistance by 20 and defense by 10 for each ally protection buff on allies. Also increases allies' resistance by 15 and defense by 5 for each ally protection on allies. If there are multiple champions on the team with this skill, only one will be active. So that means he could increase his resistance by 80, which would make him a good mischief tank, as long as you have ally protection up the whole time. And give him 40% more defense, which is good, as long as you can keep it up the whole time. So if you pair him with like a Godseeker or Neri, you should be good. And then same thing for everybody else on the team. They get 15% resistance and a 5% increased defense, which is pretty minuscule, but it helps. And then the extra little cheeky part on his passive will counterattack, and whenever an ally under ally protection is attacked, can occur once per turn. So basically, when the clan boss smacks you, or Hydra head smacks you, he'll counterattack, get 12% of his max HP back. And yeah, so I think the top part, where it reflects on him, is good. Everything else is kind of meh. So then we have his aura. It's increase ally HP by 30%. Not bad. I believe the highest we have is 35, then 33. So 30% is definitely not bad. Next we have Augmentum. I didn't pronounce it that way. Another cool champ. Looks really dope. I'm loving the daggers. I think that's eyeballs on his chest. Interesting, but definitely cool. He's a Skinwalker epic. Let's see what his A1 does. A1 attacks one enemy 3 times. Each hit has a 40% chance of placing a 5% poison. So that screams out Fire Knight, Clan Boss. Definitely. Did you know there may be some comp that's made with them to do a solo Ice Golem? I'm kind of hoping I get to pick him up and try it, because I think that'd be kind of cool. Second part of his A1, if a target is under Hex debuff, each hit also has a 40% chance of applying a debuff spread effect, taking one random debuff from the target and placing it on all enemies. So we go with the books up to a 50% chance. I think that's a solid A1. Again, I would want to try this out on Ice Golem, because I think there could be something done there. Especially him being Void. I think there could definitely be something there. His A2 attacks all enemies 3 times. Each hit has a 60% chance of increasing the duration of any Hex debuff for 1 turn. If enemies are not under Hex debuff, each hit has a 60% chance of placing a Hex debuff for 2 turns. Books up to 75% on a 3-turn cooldown. I want this for Hydra. I want this for Mischief. I don't want to have to deal with that head anymore. It's a pain in the butt. So I definitely think on the lower levels at least, this guy will definitely get some play. His A1 with the poisons isn't optimal because only 2 of the heads can be poisoned, but... Or is it... No, sorry. 4 of the heads can be poisoned. 2 of the heads cannot be poisoned, so maybe. But it'd be worth building him just for this to see if what he does in Hydra. Then we have his A3. Has an 80% chance of inflicting, or his passive, sorry, has an 80% chance of inflicting damage from 1 poison debuff to enemies under Hex debuff whenever their allies receive damage from the poison. Books up to 100%. So, I don't know how this is going to work in Hydra, but it may. I mean, they're not taking poison damage, but they're taking damage from him taking poison damage. I don't know how it's coded in game, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Let me know what your thoughts are down below, guys. And then we have his aura, which is increase ally speed by 18% in all battles. Not bad. Pretty decent for an epic. It's about where they usually are. So, overall, I like him. If I get him, I'll build him, mostly because I want to see what he can do in Ice Golem with his A1. So, and next is Enda Moonbeam. You can't see it from this side, but the sword is awesome. I'd like to see some backstory on the sword, how it became. It looks cool. I didn't get a great shot of it from this way, but definitely. So he's a epic in Sylvan Watchers. Let's get into his A1. Attacks 1 enemy, has a 30% chance of placing a decreased debuff for 2 turns. Books up to a 40% chance. So strong, very strong for an epic A1. Definitely will be useful for Faction Wars, Clan Boss. Then we have his A2, which is attacks 3 enemies at random. Why? Random. Why? Please. Each hit has a 75% chance of increasing the duration of 1 debuff, random debuff, again. Why? On the target by 1 turn. I don't like this random. I don't like this random. Make it 100% chance and throw in like 3 extra books of all debuffs on the target. Like, come on. The random part, just, he's not going to get any gameplay if it's just random. Unless it's like a single boss. You know. Anyways, but it books up to 100% chance on a 3-turn cooldown, so it'll be useful for Faction Wars. Then we have his A3, his A3, yes, sorry. Attacks all enemies, has a 75% chance of placing a leech debuff on all enemies for 2 turns. So, the only place that this is going to be useful at this point is early stages of Clan Boss. May find some Hydra. This kit doesn't really scream Hydra for me. even though I think they probably designed them with the intent. But I think Faction Wars, and that's pretty much about it. Then we have his passive, which increases his champion speed by 2 for every enemy under leech. Why? Why? I would say this is the dumbest passive I've ever seen. 2 for every enemy under a leech debuff, so we can either be 10 speed or 2 speed. It makes it really hard to speed tune. I really wish we could turn off the passives, because this would be one I would want to turn off. But overall, decent champ, but he'll be a Vault Guardian for me. And last but not least, we have killing the Sharky. Sure, we'll go with that. I don't know who comes up with these names, but yeah. Cool skin, like it. He's an epic Sylvan Watchers. Let's see what his A1 does. So attacks one enemy, has a 30% chance of placing a 25% weaken debuff for 2 turns. Books up to 40%. Bam. Screams out Clan Boss. Weaken on the A1. I don't know off the top of my head if there's any champions that do that. Let me know in the comments below, guys, if you do know anybody. But that's really strong. Definitely screams out Clan Boss. His A2 attacks one enemy 2 times. First hit has a 75% chance of decreasing the target's turn meter by 50%. Okay, so we're talking Spider. Some Clan Boss, not Clan Boss, some Doom Tower bosses, Dark Fae. Okay. The second hit has a 75% chance of placing a 30% speed, decreased speed for 2 turns. Okay, not bad. Also places a Perfect Veil buff on this champion for 2 turns. So, and he can book it to a 3-turn cooldown with a 100% chance on both of these. I can get around that. Yeah, I think first part of the kit works great for Spider, Dark Fae. Second part, same thing. I mean, higher end stages, the turn meter decrease is been nerfed to the ground, so. But I could get behind this. It's not horrendous. It's not like the last one. His A3 attacks all enemies. Damage increases by 5% for each debuff on the target. From a 5-turn to a 4-turn cooldown. Could this be a Seer 2.0? If you put 2 Cavalaxes and you throw in what's her name? Lydia. Could this be a Seer 2.0? I guess we'd have to test it and see what his multipliers are. But I like this part. And then his passive will ignore shield buffs when attacking under Perfect Veil. It sounds like they want him to be an arena specialist. But I don't think that's gonna happen unless his yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen unless his multipliers are really high. It's definitely not gonna be it. And so to wrap it off, I'm gonna give my opinion about these 2 garbage events. Elhane's Path. You can see I've got 634 points, and that's because I don't care about getting a 1-star blessing, 2-star blessing, or a 3-star blessing, or a 3-star Elhane. In this, 50 plarium pay points? Get real. Overall, I think this event is garbage, and I'm not doing it. Then we have the 4th Anniversary Titans event. I will not be going for this. I really wish that this would just be a shop where we could just use coins instead of milestones. Because the only thing that kind of interests me is I don't care about the Sacred Shard, I don't care about the Immortal Stone, I don't care about the Void Shard, I definitely don't care about getting back to 600k silver. That is dirty. I will not be participating in this. Well, let me rephrase that. I really want the avatars. And that's about it. And unfortunately, to get the avatars, I may have to do some part of these. I really don't want to. But I'm hoping, I'm sure Plarium's going to come on and say, oh, well, you can buy the tokens for this. So, it's just a matter of time. But I really am not a fan of this setup. They are giving us 12 weeks to do it. But I don't like the fact of how it's set up. It should have been set up as a store. I think that would have been better. But the way it's set up now, I'm not a fan of it. So, I don't think that there was anything. Oh, wait. There is one other thing I wanted to cover. Let's go into Dragon. And let's look at these 50 pay points for 2,300 points. So you mean to tell me you want me to spend almost, I think it's point for point per energy to get 50 points? I'm sure other content creators have already made the comment of what you can get, but let's go in here. Plarium pay points. Oh, so I can get 50 energy. 250 points for 50 energy. Plarium, get real. Not even, actually, I'm sorry, I take that back. I get a 7th of this. So, I don't even know what the math is, so I'm not even gonna do it, but get real. Like, this is... I get it. They gotta make money, and they gotta bleed the whales, but this for a fact should have been the points we get from this Haynes pack. Should have been a lot more. If you wanted me to go for this, you should have had 1,000 pay points here. Even 500 would have probably been better, but 50? Come on. No way. You can't get me to come down here and get all of this and say, yeah, I'm gonna do it. No, not happening. Anyways, guys, it's been a long one. Much appreciation for everybody who's recently joined the channel. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll be giving away our next gem pack at 200 subs. So we're about 70 away from that. So spread the word, and let me know what you guys would like to see for a big giveaway on 1,000 subs on the channel. I'm not opposed to a lot of things, so till next time, catch you later. Bye.